Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Snakebeater back with a brand new video. Today, guys, I'm going to be talking about 7 things to think about before pushing on Apex Legends Season 9. If you do enjoy this video, please make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe your notifications on. That way you never miss an upload. Still trying to push towards the target of 1k subs before the end of the year, so any support really does help. Apart from that, guys, let's jump into this video. So the first thing that you are going to be thinking about before making a push on Apex Legends Season 9 is weapons and ammo. What weapons do you have, and do you have enough bullets? Okay, because there's nothing worse than, say, for example, you want to push a team. Say you've just landed down, okay, and you're thinking to yourself, right, I want to push this team that are not too far away. I want to get involved. I want to see if I can pick up some early kills. If you're doing ranked, early KP, okay, but you got to have good guns and you have to have enough ammo, because there's no point you pushing into a building with a Mozambique and say a P2020 and they turn around and they've got a Spitfire and they just leather you to pieces, right? You need to make sure you've got good weapons and good ammo, amount of ammo, and then make the push, okay? There is nothing worse than pushing with a rubbish weapon and it turns around that they've got something even better like a PK waiting for you around that corner. So yeah, make sure first thing you do is you make sure you got good weapons and you got good ammo. The second thing that you are going to be thinking about before making a push on Apex Legends is numbers. How many are there of you, okay? For example, okay, if you can see there's a team over there, right? How many of them do you see? Do you see 1? Do you see 2? Or do you see 3? If it's a full team and you still have a full team, okay, you know what? Fair game. But say, for example, one of your teammates has already died, or maybe they DC'd, okay, and then it's just 2 of you. Then you need to be thinking to yourself, right, are we going to be able to actually win this? Because if you do the maths, of course, if you're very good players, 3v2 is not actually that hard. But if you are pushing a very good team, a master pred team, okay, it does happen. You don't always push rubbish teams. Then you're going to get screwed because it's all down to numbers, man. But hey, it's just what it is. 3, heals. If you've got enough heals. So basically, yeah, you got to make sure you've got enough heals. So if you're pushing something, have a conversation with the guys. You know, whoever you're running with, okay, do you have enough heals for this? Because once again, if you push a fight, okay, and you don't, say, for example, have enough batteries, you don't have enough shields at all. Say you've got no shields. You know for a fact, if you push this, you have to land your shots and you have to win this and even maybe kill quickly and get an armor swap. Because basically, if you push into something and say, for example, you get rinsed straight away, then you need to heal up. And if you haven't got enough heals, all of a sudden now you're on the back foot and they've got the upper hand. You do not want that. You need to make sure that you have discussed it with all your team and said, right, have we got enough heals? And if you don't, share it out. But if you do need to make a push, then that's where you have the conversation. Guys, I don't have enough heals, but we need to push this. At least that way, everyone is aware that if you're going down, you're going down. It's because you can't physically heal up and you're going to do as much damage as you physically can possible. But that's, once again, a conversation you've got to have with your team. You've got to work out, guys, do we have enough heals to actually win this? 4th thing that you're going to think about before you push is what shields they have. Okay, so if you can get a few pop shots off, which is always a good way to work it out. Of course, if you're going for the act of surprise, you know, sometimes it doesn't actually matter because you could shoot someone and absolutely rinse off their purple armor because they didn't see you. That's a completely different situation. But say, for example, they know you're there. Pop shot, okay? Try and get a few shots off, because if you see they've got white armor and you've got purple, you've got the upper hand. Even if it's just one player has white, you are still on the upper hand, because you know if you get that one, shoot off with that one, land your shots, that's another player down really fast, and you can land more shots on the other guys. So always try and get some pop shots off. Of course, if you're going for the act of surprise, that's different. You don't go for pop shots because that's just going to ruin the whole plan. But if you can, get some pop shots off, find out what armor they got, because if they've all got red evo, you're going to be crying in a minute thinking, shit, I only had blue guys and they've all got red. There was no way I was going to win that. So always double check what shields they have. The 5th thing for you need to think about before you push is, can you catch a player out? Now, this happens quite a lot with teams that are not pre-made or if they've just got a team that wanders off, or if you've got one of them is quite aggro. Okay, I mean, a lot of people do it. It happens all the time in pubs. I'm guilty of it sometimes. You know, when somebody runs out of position and leaves too far away from their teammates, what you're going to try your very best to do is say, guys, let's focus that guy. Let's focus the Pathfinder that's just swung himself forward, because if we get him down, boom, we've got the upper hand again. 3v2. Okay, if you can catch somebody out who is out of position, then you have got it in the bag. Of course, if they're sticking together and they're literally like glue, they won't leave each other's sides, you're not going to be able to catch somebody else. And then that's where you're going to go thinking, right, are we actually going to be able to win this? Because these guys are clearly pre-made. They're clearly not leaving each other's sides. Should we be fighting this? The sixth thing to think about before pushing on Apex is damage. Okay, so basically, if you say, for example, you got a long range gun, all right, or you're having just, you know, a mid-range fight, and you absolutely beam one of them, and I'm talking proper beam, I'm talking no shield, you shout out, I have just hit 130 on the lifeline. Push it, alright? You make that call, because that player is now panicking, thinking, I need to heal, I need to heal. And either you catch that player, get him down, or you catch the two players that are trying to defend him in cover fire so that he can heal back up. So it's basically, once again, into that situation of you're going 3v2. Okay, it's if you can get good damage down, and especially if you can see in the footage in the background, okay, when you're running a Kraber, that is the ultimate push weapon. As soon as you get it down, or just a shot off, you know they're going to be basically out of action now. That player is not going to be able to do anything for a little while now, because they need to heal. And even if they do heal, the max they can probably do is either a battery or maybe a medkit. They're not going to get back to full health unless they're lifeline and they're really kitted out, ready for everything, pull it back, get their drone down, rocket and whatnot. But yeah, it's all about the damage as well. Is if you can land big damage, not saying a knock. I mean, if you do get a knock, that's even better, obviously. You're going to clearly push that. But if you got to think, how much damage have I done? If I'm just getting a little few shots off and I'm going, right, I'm not really gaining anything from this, these guys are not leaving that cover, then it's probably not the best to push it. And the seventh thing to think about before pushing on Apex Legends is that you're confident. Are you guys confident enough to push it? Yes, you might say, I've got fairly decent weapons. I've got an alternator and an Eva. They're not my favourite weapons. But if you're not going into the mindset of being confident with those weapons, you're going to miss your shots and you're going to screw up. It's very similar with a wingman. Okay, I love when I use the wingman. Okay, when I'm nailing my shots, I absolutely love it. Honestly, there's nothing better feeling than landing your shots with a wingman. But as soon as you miss a couple, you panic and then you're not confident. And if you're not confident, you will not hit your shots. And that's what I'm trying to get across. You guys need to be confident before you push into a situation where you're going to have that chance of maybe being in a 1v1 fight with somebody because your teammates are fighting the other guys and you need to hit your shots, because if you don't hit your shots, you're down and out, and now your teammates are at a disadvantage. You have to be confident. That is 7 things to think about before pushing on Apex Legends. If you have any other ones, whack them down in the comments. I love reading comments, honestly. The best feeling is having, a conversation with a subscriber, I'm not one of these people that don't want to speak to you. I will happily write paragraphs back to you, reply. Let's get talking. If you have enjoyed the video, though, make sure you hit the like button as well. Please subscribe, your notifications on. Unfortunately, the game footage behind you, I'm going to end it all off now. Annoyingly, the audio was not recording, so it's just my mic, so I will not be able to show you the whole gameplay. I'll just probably use all the highlights I've got. But yeah, it was a pretty sick game, just running around with a Kraber on gold tier, so yeah, it's a great time actually. But yeah, apart from that, guys, I'm going to shut up, and I'll see you all in the next video.